Good evening. In today's news, the Catholic Church is expected to consider candidates from across the world as it looks to replace Pope Benedict. The 85-year-old has resigned, saying that he doesn't have the energy for the role. Wellington Archbishop John Dew says Pope Benedict's successor may be promoted from outside Europe. He says there are cardinals in Asia, Africa and Latin America, and anything could happen. Attention's now turning to that election of a new head of the Catholic Church following the shock resignation. New Zealand papal dame Lindsay Freer says while some things remain non-negotiable, the Church is grappling with issues like redefining marriage, family and sexuality. And papal expert Dr. Matthew Bunson says his successor will be coming in under unusual and difficult circumstances.
Not only is he assuming the leadership position of 1 billion Catholics, but he's also coming in with the intense media scrutiny of having had his predecessor just resign.
North Korea may have tested another nuclear weapon. Scientists at the United States Geological Survey have recorded seismic activity measuring 4.9 on the Richter scale in North Korea, which may indicate an underground explosion. North Korea has been warning that it was planning a third test. Lincoln University says it may have to shed up to 100 courses. The university is sharpening its focus on land-based qualifications. Assistant Vice-Chancellor Sheila Martier says they'll make final decisions by May, but between 50 and 100 courses could go. Labour won't commit to scrapping the refugee deal with Australia should it become the next government. The party's spoken out strongly against the deal, which will see New Zealand take 150 asylum seekers from Australia's refugee centres every year. Leader David Shearer says they would discuss it with the Australians, but you can't come in as a new government and say an agreement is off the table. Department of Conservation scientists are perplexed as to why more than 40 yellow-eyed penguins have died on the Otago Peninsula. The bodies of the endangered adult breeders were discovered during nest checks in the past 3 weeks. There are fears it could be a repeat of 1990, when 150 adults were discovered dead after eating a marine biotoxin. Overseas again, and at least 18 people have been killed and 3 others injured in a blast at the Vorkutinskaya coal mine in northern Russia. 1 more person is reportedly missing in the mine. The explosion happened at a depth of 800 metres. Nearly 260 people were on site at different depths at the time of the blast, but most made it out when the mine was evacuated. New Zealand's air navigation service provider has been recognised internationally for its management of the country's 30 million square kilometres of airspace. Airways New Zealand has beaten more than 70 competitors to win a prestigious Jane's ATC award for operational efficiency. The award was given for a project at Queenstown Airport which uses GPS technology to maximise airspace. Airways system operator GM Lou Jenkins says the system helps passengers to arrive on time by ensuring that aircraft don't have to circle to wait for a landing space. One of Britain's biggest supermarkets is now embroiled in the horse meat scandal. Tesco's says its frozen everyday value bolognese meals contain up to 100% of horse meat. The supermarket giant says tests show the budget product is heavily contaminated. Finally, US astronomers have announced a contest to name Pluto's tiniest moons. Pluto's 3 bigger moons have related mythological names: Charon, the ferryman of Hades, Nyx for the night goddess, and the multi-headed monster Hydra. 2 more satellites have been discovered over the past 2 years. At the moment, they go by the bland titles of P4 and P5. And that's all for me for now. Thanks for watching. Do join us again soon. Ka kite anō.